Hey guys, what's up? It's T-Mac. We're just making a video here, a short one for my YouTube channel. I haven't been on all summer. I've been over doing videos with John and Bo Dunn. That kind of came to a halt. We're just kind of trying to enjoy summer a little bit with the pandemic-less summer. So just gonna give it a few plays today. Nothing, no major breakdowns. Just gonna tell you what I'm on and a few important details. So we're gonna look at St. Louis with Pallet versus Toronto and Berrios. Pallet on the road has a 3.70 ERA. In his last three starts, he has an 8.16. So he hasn't been in top form, and he doesn't like. I shouldn't say he doesn't like to pitch on the road, but his bread and butter is when he's at home. So I don't really love Pallet on the road. In Toronto, we all know they can hit. They did put up 28 runs the other day, which is phenomenal. That's going to kind of, you know, make the numbers a little bit misleading because that shit doesn't happen. Rarely does that happen. You put up 28 runs a game. It might take you 2 weeks to put up 28 runs. So anyways, we all know they can hit, they can put up runs, but what's impressed me in the last 7 days is they're walking. They're seeing the ball much better. That's an indication to me that you're going to get guys on, and with the home runs and you're going to get more runs opposed to just spanking batters around. The walks really help the run support. They really do, because when a guy walks, it kind of pisses the pitcher off a little bit, and then you got a team like Toronto who can smash the ball out of the park. It's going to add the runs on. So I do like that a lot with Toronto today. St. Louis does have a good bullpen at 3.83, but it's we're going to focus on the first five today with Toronto. So with Toronto, they have Berrios at home. He's phenomenal at home. He has a 3.33 at home compared to a 5.22 just regularly. So he likes to pitch at home. This is where he's good. I like to see that. And his last three starts, he has a 2.95, so even better. So he's kind of maybe turning the corner a little bit here into the second half, which is I like that a lot, especially being a Blue Jays fan. In St. Louis, we all know they can hit. They're kind of on par with what they've done the last 30 days in the last 7. But tonight they don't have two of their key batters. Goldsmith is one. I forget the other one. So I don't really trust St. Louis today versus Berrios, who's great at home. But they are capable of putting up runs. So with that being said, I didn't take either side. I just focused on Toronto's batting. And I expect them to get runs off Pallet, who doesn't pitch well on the road, and he's been bad his last 3 starts. So the play for this is Toronto's team total over 2.5 in the first 5 innings. I think they can get 3 runs off Pallet. And then St. Louis's bullpen, I don't really, they might get 1 to 2 runs off them. So I like Toronto more versus Pallet in the first 5. And that's pretty much all that is. I do have more information, but I'm not going to go into it. So we're going to move on to the next game. We got the Yankees versus the Mets. This is a big series, it's a Subway Series, 2 New York teams. It's always a interesting series. We got Montgomery for the Yankees on the road. He has a 3.15 on the road, and his last 3 starts he has a 3.50. So I do trust him. He is good. He's consistent. The Mets last 7 days they're hitting 242, 29th, almost last in home runs, 29th. Almost last in RBIs, and 29th last in walks. So they're just not putting up runs or getting guys on base. It's a clear indication that I don't want to be betting on the Mets today. And on the other side they have Walker, who's pitching. This is the kind of counterintuitive part where Walker's really, really good. He has a 1.50 at home and a 1.89 at last 3, so he's funny. He's great. He's 7-2. He has 7 wins and 2 losses all year. He's probably undefeated at home. But we all know the Yankees, how they can bat. They bat really, it's the Yankees, guys, and they're having a breakout year. They're having a historic year. Last 7 days they're hitting 261, 4th in home runs, 10th in RBIs, 3rd in walks. So they're significantly better than the Mets right now with the bats, but the Mets do have the better pitcher. So this was kind of a complicated setup, but I did go with the Yankees on the money line just because they do have a great bullpen as well. The Mets have a good bullpen too. But like I said, the Yankees are a much better batting team than the Mets. You know, the Mets can hit, but they're just not hitting right now. And they're going up against Montgomery, who's a pretty respectable pitcher. So I don't expect them to blow him up. You know, they might get 1 to 2 runs off him, and then maybe 1 to 2 off the bullpen. But with Walker, you know, it's kind of the same thing. I think the Yankees might get 1 to 2 off him, but the runs will probably come later off the Mets bullpen. It is going to be a very tight game, I do think, though. So with that being said, I took the first inning to have no runs. That was at -110, I believe it was. And I also took the Yankees on the money line. That's more of a riskier bet, but I do like the no-run first inning more. So we'll move on to the next game with Texas versus Seattle. We got Dan Dunning on the road. He sucks on the road, guys. He has a 5.52. In his last 3 starts, he has a 5.93. So it's not really something I want to put my money behind. But Seattle is only hitting .217 the last 7 days. They're 14th in home runs, 26th in RBIs, and 14th in walks. So that's not bad, but you know, it's not explosive. .217. They're kind of in the middle of the pack of the league, considering the runs that they're putting up in the walks and stuff. But they did go on a big winning streak there before the All-Star break. So this is kind of where, you know, the All-Star break, I need to get better at this, researching, because there's no consistency there. They had a week off, and how teams respond after that week off, I don't really know how to gauge that. So I'm just kind of trying to use my same system with that week off in between 30 days in the last 7, which is a little, you know, I'm not a big fan of doing this, but you know, I do want to get some action in on the card. So anyways, Seattle, you know, I feel like they're an average team. They did go on a big winning streak. They may continue that into today, but they only put up 4 runs yesterday, so it doesn't. And Texas put up 3, so they're not really on fire, but they're in a good spot probably. Like they're, especially versus Dan Dunning. So I think they're gonna get runs. You know, probably 2 to 3 runs off him. But on the other side, we have Seattle with Kirby pitching. He has a 3.78, but at home he sucks. He has a 4.58. In his last 3 starts, he has a 5.87. So I don't trust him either. So I don't really want to be on a side here. Texas, they're a phenomenal batting team. They put up runs. They're hitting .261 last 7 days. They're 7th in home runs. They're 6th in RBIs, and they're 4th in walks. So that's, you know, that I got check marks beside all 3 of those numbers, because you know they're doing better than what they were the last 30 days. So the All-Star break might have been good for them. Texas is a team that puts up runs. They're not a team that wins games because their pitching sucks, but they put up runs. They hit. That's their identity. Is they're a hitting team. So I do like Seattle or Texas here. I took Texas's team total over 1.5. They only have to get 2 runs off this Kirby guy. He's an okay pitcher, but like I said, at home he's not that good. He's a 4.58, and you're telling me that Texas can't get 2 runs off him to cash the ticket? I got it at -130, which is a little juice, but the play makes perfect sense, I think, in my opinion. And I also took the first 5 over 4.5. I got that at plus money at plus 109 because last night it was at 4, and I was confident enough to run it up to 4.5 and take the extra money because, you know, I'm confident in what I do, obviously. And you know, Seattle, they should be able to put up two runs at least, and I think 2 to 3 runs off Dunning, who's brutal, and you know, Texas should be able to get 2 to 3 off Kirby. So I see that cashing quite easily, I hope. That's all I got for the day. I'm gonna get more into it here once that All-Star break week kind of fades out and there's more of a consistent path going forward. I hope you guys like the picks. I hope you guys cash your own tickets, and hit the like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. It's been a while. I'll definitely be back for college basketball, which I absolutely destroyed last year. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and talk to you later.